Red one.
Hey there, I'm back. Did you miss me? I'm driving while I'm doing this. I'm just that good. But no, seriously. I was gonna video before I left, and I took too long to put my makeup on and getting ready. And if I don't do this now, then I probably won't do it at all because I have terrible time management skills and I'm very unorganized. So anyways, let me fill you in. Today's Wednesday. I had chemo last Tuesday, which I have some, what I think is really cool footage to show you from, I called it footage, to show you in this video that'll be later. Right now you have to look at my mug and listen to me talk while I drive. So, this is my second round, and I think I explained it in the first video, but, I don't blame you if you didn't watch the whole first video, because it was 40 minutes long. So, let me explain it one more time. That a cycle is, ooh, why is my radio on? That's so rude. A cycle is 21 days. So on day 1, I get a chemo called Gemzar. And then on day 8, I get Gemzar again. And I also get a chemo that's called Taxotere. Well, that Taxotere is a son of a bitch, let me tell you what. The first round, after my Taxotere was a complete mess. And I honestly, at first, was chalking it up to, like, the flu. You know, kids have been sick. Cooties are going around, whatever. And, I'm here to tell you, that wasn't no flu. That's that damn chemo. Because this time around, it did, not as bad, but it did the same thing. So, it, like, takes me out of commission for an entire week after that second chemo. So let me tell you what happened. So I got chemo on Tuesday. It's hot in here. I don't know what I did Thursday. Oh, Thursday I went Easter shopping. So I did do Wednesday. Whatever, Rachel. Wednesday or Thursday, I went Easter shopping. I think it was Wednesday. Friday, I decide I'm going to go to Boardman. Obviously, if you don't know where I live, you don't know what that means. But it's about 35-minute drive from me. It's a little bit of a bigger, I don't even want to call it a city. They have, you know, different stores and stuff out there. So there was a store that I wanted to go to out in Boardman. Well, I went and delivered my cousin's Girl Scout cookies to her at her work and drove to Boardman. And literally, as soon as I got to Boardman, I felt like I was going to die. I had to pull over in some random parking lot. I don't even know where I pulled over. I sat there for like 10 minutes. I was sweating. I swear I was ready to like black out. I just felt horrible. So I literally turned around and came back home. Didn't get to go where I wanted to go, which I'm still very upset about because I've been wanting to go out there for weeks. So yeah, so basically Friday is when I started feeling really crappy. And of course it lasted all weekend. I wonder what people think I'm doing when they see me. Anyways, who cares? So Friday I went home, did nothing. Saturday, did nothing. Sunday was Easter. My blood booster shot kicked in. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means or understand what that means, I'll explain it to you. Chemo kills rapidly dividing cells because cancer rapidly divides. Well, your body is made up of a whole slew of rapidly dividing cells. Mainly and most importantly would be your blood cells. Your red blood cells and your white blood cells. Now, we're going to have a little science lesson here. Because if you're like my husband, who's never taken an anatomy and phys class in your life, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Red blood cells, also known as hemoglobin, is what transports oxygen throughout your entire body. So when you breathe in, and you breathe in oxygen, and your oxygen goes into your alveoli, which are the air sacs in your lungs. Didn't know you were going to get a lesson today, did you? Your blood travels through, and then it picks up that oxygen, and then it takes it through your body. So, if you know somebody who is, or if you've ever heard the term anemic, that is low blood count, that is low hemoglobin, and this is bad because, well, first of all, I mean, it transports oxygen throughout your entire body, but it makes you very, very tired, because you don't have enough blood cells to get all that oxygen to go where it needs to go. So you get very, very tired very easily. Can't do a lot at a time. So that's one part of it. And the next part is your white blood cells, which is your immune system. Your white blood cells is what fights off cooties and bad things. Bacteria, viruses, all that fun stuff. So, the chemo kills that as well. And it also kills your platelets, which your platelets are for clotting. So, like, I cut myself with a knife the other day, and it was so ridiculous. I was washing a knife. I was not even using it. I was washing it. It's a brand new knife that I got for Christmas, so it's pretty daggone sharp. It barely, and I mean barely, cut me. This sucker would not stop bleeding. I'm not even kidding you. Like, it would not stop bleeding. So I can only imagine, like, if I would ever cut myself, like, super bad, having low platelets. That's not cool, dude. Not cool. So, all of that means you're going to feel like shit. Not to mention that when I got chemo on Tuesday, my red count was already a little low. I normally set it at 11 or 12, which is about normal. Well, when they took my labs before I started chemo, I was at 9 something. So I was already low. So my red count probably dropped down to like 7 or something, which the last time I was at 7 when I was in the hospital. Oh, buddy. Who did I spit? Bad news bears. So, blood booster shot. That's where I was going. Da-da-da. So, I get this thing. It's called blood booster shot. And I get it a day after chemo. And it's called Neulasta. And it's actually, I mean, it's pretty cool what it does. So, to continue with our science lesson of the day, all of those things that I told you about, your red blood cells, your white blood cells, that's made in your bone marrow. That's where your body makes those cells. So this Neulasta shot basically puts your bone marrow into overdrive and says, make lots and make them now, make them super fast. So a normal cycle to make a red or white blood cell takes about 5 days. This Neulasta shot, they produce in 24 hours. Ridiculous, right? Gotta love technology. Well, the funny thing about the Neulasta shot is it takes about 5 days for it to kick in. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I've never asked. I'm actually quite curious, so I might just ask just for my own nerdiness, because this interests me. So anywho, I got Neulasta on Wednesday. That's what I did Wednesday. I got Neulasta and I went Easter shopping. Anyways, So it kicked in on Sunday. And how do I know it kicks in, you ask? Let me tell you how I know how it kicks in. My entire body. This is really bumpy. Oh my God, I'm sorry. My entire body feels like its bones are being crushed from the inside out. And I want you to stop and think about that. For once, think about what I just said. It feels like my bones are being crushed from the inside out. It is the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. And I've had a baby with no drugs. So, try that one on for size. Now, this Neulasta that I just got wasn't quite as bad as the one before. I think, like, because I hadn't had Neulasta since my last chemo in November, so I think, like, when you wait and you don't get it, like, the first one you get, it's worse or whatever. That's just my opinion. I'm just talking right now. I have no idea if this is accurate. This is just Rachel's opinion because she thinks she knows everything. So, on top of my low blood counts, I get bone crushing pain from the Neulasta. So that was on Sunday. Today is Wednesday, and I actually finally today, I gotta find a place to park. Finally today feel great. I'm actually pulling into my son's school to go eat lunch with him and go to the book fair. And, obviously, I can't do two things at once because I don't have a clue what I was about to say to you. Let's park here. So anyways, that was my week. And I'm just thankful that, let me take these gear glasses off, that I can finally be out in the world and that I can finally feel better and feel good today and do something. And of course, like I always do, I'm going to overdo it because I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go do some other stuff. But I will be back to talk to you, and I'm going to finish this video this week, if it's the last thing I do. So, see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about was, it kind of goes along with the whole rapidly dividing cells being killed off from the chemo, is that not only are your blood cells part of the rapidly dividing cells that get killed, but you have a lot of cells in your stomach, in your GI tract, your skin, so you can get really dry skin, your hair, which is why it falls out, your fingernails get really nasty, at least mine do. So, I mean, that's just kind of an idea. So, with that second chemo, now, like I told you how my hemoglobin was already low when they were giving it to me. It was already 9. So, you know, the chemo made it lower, and that second chemo just messes with my stomach. It's basically kind of like, ooh, this road's really bumpy. Like gastritis, if you've ever had gastritis, which I had never had until that first chemo. And let me tell you what, it's worse than it sounds. It is painful. It just hurts all the time. No matter what you eat, it doesn't give you any relief. And it sucks really bad. So, last week, I, probably had some really low blood counts. and was having stomach issues, and then had my blood booster shot. So, to put it mildly and just be frank about it, I felt like shit. So, yesterday I started to feel a little bit better. I still laid around all day and did nothing. And then today is the first day that I have ventured out, and I actually feel good. I'm a little sleepy now. I did go, I ate lunch with my son, and we went to the book fair, and then I stopped and stole my little niece for about an hour and a half, and we went to the store, and she's just a handful anyways, whether you have cancer and are on chemo or not. But she was being nice to me, which she's usually mean to me. So she was being nice to me, and I had to take advantage of it, and I took her to the store, and of course I spoiled her. That's what aunts are for. So, I'm trying to remember what else. I'm about to put my sunglasses back on. I was trying to not be rude, but this sun's bright. I was trying to remember what else I wanted to talk about. So, today's Wednesday. So Monday, I will go down to Columbus, and I will get 3 scans. I will get a PET scan, which is a whole body scan, and it's a cancer scan, and they give you this nuclear dye that makes the cancer glow. And I'm going to try to get some footage and or pictures of some things for you guys next week. So anyways, I get a PET scan, which is a whole body scan. And then I will get a CT scan of my chest, because they want to check the spots in my lungs. And I will get an MRI, and that MRI is of my my pelvic region, because the spots in my bones are on L4, which is your lumbar number 4 vertebrae, which is like your tailbone. It's on my pelvis, it's on my sacrum, and it's on my hip joint. So the MRI will show all of that. And other than the physical part of it, I've been having some emotional, I guess, issues. I'm just at that point where it's just frustrating. You know, we're going on 9 months, which it's not 9 full months of treatment. It's 9 months because in July was when they gave us the confirmation that the tumor in my leg was cancer, and then in August was the lung biopsy, collapsed lung, first visit to OSU, and then September was my first chemo. So, you know, it's just been a long road with a lot of ups and downs, and, you know, being stuck in the house all the time, and feeling like you're just alone. Even I can be surrounded by people and feel completely alone, because you just feel like nobody gets it. Nobody understands. You know, they can sympathize, and they can, you know, try to get it, and, you know, have some sort of experience that they can compare, which honestly doesn't compare. And I don't say that to be like, oh, I have cancer and you can never be like me. No, it's just something that you can't, like, I have a cousin and an uncle who have MS. You know, I can't sit here and say I know what their life is like. I have no idea what their life is like. MS is not cancer. Arthritis is not cancer. Knee surgery is not cancer. Fill in the blank. It's not cancer. It's completely different. So, while yes, you can have certain situations where you can sympathize somewhat, you know, nobody really gets it. And those of you who are parents can, you know, I'm sure, just imagine what it would be like to be going through something like this when you have small children. I mean, my son is only 7. You know, it's not like I sit here with grown-ass children. You know, I'm 30 years old. I have small kids. I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son. And, you know, he's in 1st grade. So, I mean, that's not cool. And that's some serious stuff, dude. But, you know, you just get to a point, no matter who you are, no matter how positive you are, I think you just get to a point where you've just had enough. You know, like, everybody just has a breaking point, and I just think that I've reached mine. Like, I just think that the roller coaster bullshit is just, you know, it's just enough. So, you know, it's just enough that I was misdiagnosed to begin with and even had to deal with that, and, you know, just everything on top of it is just enough. So, I'm just at the point where I'm fed up, you know, and I'm sick of sorry. I'm gonna keep it real, dude. I'm keeping it real right now, right here, keeping it real. I'm sick of hearing, stay strong. Seriously? You say that when you wake up every morning healthy and normal, and you get to go to work, and you get to enjoy your kids, and you get to do whatever it is that you like to do on the weekends. I don't. Don't tell me to stay strong. Don't tell me to don't give up. You know, as rude as this may sound, sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. Nothing. Really, honestly, when somebody is going through something like this, it's best to just say, I'm here for you and I love you. Call me. Don't try to give some big grand speech. Don't try to make things better. I mean, it's like when somebody dies, you say, I'm sorry. And you hug them. So, yeah. That's my rant for the day. Yeah, right. So I can't remember what the hell else I was going to talk about. I know there was something, and I already know that this video is going to be way longer than I want it to be. And I don't care. You're going to suck it up and you're going to watch it. Because I said so. But to follow my blabbering and my rants, you are going to get to see them accessing my port, drying my labs, and you'll get to see me hooked up to chemo. There is a little bit of blood. So, if you are squeamish, if you are a big crybaby, don't watch it. I mean, it's not like, it's not anything crazy. It's not bad. But, this is my disclaimer. This is my warning. Because I don't want to hear no one complaining that you saw any little bit of blood in my port. Get over it. So, I think that that's all that I got, which is good because I'm almost home. So, thanks for watching, listening to me go on and on and on about nothing. Share my videos, share my channel, make your people watch it, tell them to do it now. And yeah, that's about it. That's all she wrote. So, alright. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, you're gonna see the access kit that they need to access my port. That's a face mask. You won't see it on my nurse because she wouldn't let me video her. Notice that's glove change number 1. Putting on the face mask. What are you doing? Where are you at? I don't know what you're doing. Okay, that's a sterile pair of gloves she's putting on. That's saline, and you'll see what that's used for in a minute. That's to draw labs. Putting on gloves number 2. That's the actual needle that will go in my port. And there's a cleaning tool there and some alcohol swabs. That is yet another pair of gloves. Gloves number 3. She's putting saline through the line that'll be connected. She's just going to run a little bit of saline through it, make sure it goes through. And there we go. And she's cleaning the area. They're supposed to clean it for about 30 seconds with this. This next part, it's going to slow down, and I want you to take a peek at the needle that's in her hand. I call it a needle. It's not really a needle. It's the port access. But here's where it's slowed down. She's feeling the port. I have a double port, so she's only accessing one side. If you see right there at the left-hand corner, that's the needle that's going to go in. And in. And that right there, you see the little bit of blood. They call that blood return. That's how they make sure that it's accessed properly. And then she's just going to put a little cover over it so it doesn't come out, so it can stay in there. And she's flushing it with saline. Well, she's going to put some saline in, then she's going to draw it back out. And you'll see how she's pushing it all the way in. And then she's going to draw it back out. And there's some obvious blood. Now she's going to draw labs. And that's about it. Hi, I'm all hooked up to my chemo. I'm going to show you. Here's my port, which you saw get accessed. And then it's hooked up to this, which is hooked up to, oh, if I don't step on it, this little pump right here. That doesn't have anything on it. And that's my first bag of 2. It's almost done. That's only going in for about an hour. I think the second one goes in for an hour and a half or something like that. So, not too much longer. My little room. Can't see my bed. Wall behind me. Door over there. Computer. My mom covering her face. She doesn't want to be videoed. Okay, that's all for now.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.